Okay, it's day 2, week 9, out for the interval session. We're starting later this week, so not ideal, but here we are. I'm pretty wrecked this morning, so we'll see how we go. Probably won't be anything too quick. No sleep, basically. The little man, the joys of a toddler. I slept with him Saturday night, and he was just tossing and turning most of the night. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Sunday night, the wife slept with him, and he was awake for hours. I could hear him in the next room. Didn't get a lot of sleep then. And then last night, we all slept in the main bedroom, and gee, this kid doesn't like sleep. He's probably going through a little bit of teething maybe. He split his head open on the weekend. Yesterday, Monday, he split his head open and went to emergency to get a little cut glued shut. So last night he was awake from about, midnight till about 5 o'clock, tossing and turning, sooking, sitting up, so that was fun. So heading to the track now on the warm-up, to the oval on the warm-up, and yeah, we'll see what kind of pace we can do. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, hello.
Yeah, so we'll see how we go on no sleep, but if I didn't get it done today, we'll probably struggle to get all the 3 sessions in this week, so I've just got to suck it up and get here and do what I can. So at the oval, so the intervals are a bit bigger, so I'll try and do four, but like I said, they won't be quick. I don't want to push too hard on no sleep. Haven't had a good sleep for 3 or 4 nights, so we're here. It's a bit cold, got the beanie on. I'll put the gloves on in a second. I might be here long doing the 4 laps, but it's not like it's a long session, but it's about 9 degrees. I think it said it feels like 7, so it is. I can feel it on my hand. It's a bit fresh, but yeah, week 9. I really need to focus on the diet for the next couple of weeks. Just I'm sitting about 3 kilos heavier than what I was back in August when I did low carb, so I just need to focus on that for the next few weeks to try and get a few kilos off to go for the PR attempt again before I head overseas. So just arriving to the oval now, I'll start doing the laps, and yeah, let you know how I go when I'm done. Okay, I've just finished the interval portion. I did four sets of, 500, 560, whatever they are. 560. Oh my god. Total distance so far, 3.1 kilometers. Time, 21:20. I'll just do a little cool down here. I might even just stop it before the actual walk down, before the walk home. Just so it doesn't impact the time too much. But yeah, it'll be about 3.5 Ks recorded. Like I said, a bit knackered today. Legs and hips are still a bit sore. Obviously the lack of sleep's the killer. And it's also been pissing down rain for like 2.5 days since the hot day a few days ago. So there's like puddles and water and shit everywhere. The track around the oval's all slippery and soggy, so that wasn't fun either. But we got here, we got the work done. It's a public holiday today, so technically I could have done this later in the day, but I've got to go out with the family and do stuff, so I didn't know if I get a chance later or what the weather was going to be like later. I knew there was no rain this morning. I looked at the forecast, so thought I'd get it in this morning. Obviously I'd planned to have some sleep, but here we are. So this is session 1, day 2, week 9, and yeah, we continue. We'll see when I can get the other sessions in this week. Maybe the tempo might be a bike session again, but we'll see how we go. See how much sleep I get tonight. Maybe we can do the tempo session tomorrow, and then the long session usually on a Friday. But I've got Friday off work as well. I've got to go for an eye appointment with Patrick, and a few other things, so maybe I can still get it in Friday morning, but yeah, we'll see how we go. That's session 1 done for week 9. Okay, week 9, session 2, I'm on the bike for the tempo session. I didn't get a chance to get out this morning. Tomorrow I'm in the office Thursday, so it might be a bit tricky getting the tempo in before the long session this week, so I've just jumped on the bike for a bit of a tempo session before I start work. I've been going almost 22 minutes so far, 7.5 Ks. I might just do another 5 minutes, maybe we'll get to 25 minutes, and that'll be a tempo session for this week. Okay, Friday, week 9, we're out for the slow session. You can see I've got a bit of wet weather gear on today. About an hour ago it was still pissing down. We'll see how wet it is. But got a decent sleep last couple of nights, which was good. But my legs are a bit sore. I actually meant to do some stretching last night before I went to bed. I did my mobility training, but I didn't do just like the standard calf, you know, hamstring, all that kind of stuff that I normally do. And I didn't do it this morning either, so we'll see how we go. Might be a bit tight, but we'll just start off slow. Hopefully we'll loosen up. 6:20. It's not super fresh this morning, but like I said, it's been raining a lot, so we'll see how wet the path is once I get there, how soggy the shoes get. I think I'll stick on the outside, on the path, rather than go on the grass, because the grass will be super wet. But the only problem is the path is like muddy if it's wet, so once we get there we'll take a look at it and we'll see how we go. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to go this morning. I've got the day off work today, but I've got quite a few things to do. With the little guy I've got some appointments and stuff to go to. He's got an eye appointment, things like that. And Gymbaroo session. So I think I'll end up being out most of the day, but we'll get this session in. But I've got time for at least a good hour, so before he has to get up and start getting ready. Starting to spit already. But yeah, we'll get the session started. We'll try for at least 8 Ks anyway, and see how we go from there. This will be the, I'll check in during the session anyway, let you know how I'm going. This will be the last session for, just crossing the road, last session for week 9. And yeah, trucking away. Obviously we didn't have the tempo session on the feed this week, just on the bike. But yeah, about to start the session now. I'm just arriving at the oval. Someone else walking over here. Alright, let's get this started. Okay, just gone 8 kilometers. I'm going to do 3 more laps plus the 500 home, and that'll get me 10 kilometers. So heart rate a bit higher than normal. I don't know if it's because of this jacket. It really traps the heat, being waterproof. It's like a fishing jacket. It's not probably designed for running, but makes you sweat. Probably makes my body a bit hotter than what it would normally be with something more breathable on. But like I said, there was a bit of rain an hour ago before I started. Surprisingly, the track's pretty good. The path outside there's a few spots you can see over there, like there's some water around, but the runoff on here seems pretty good. There's a few spots where it's a bit soft, but for the most part it's pretty good. So yeah, heart rate's sitting around 160, as I mentioned, slightly higher than normal. It's hitting in threshold. Every now and then it goes back down into aerobic, but yeah, a bit higher than normal. 8.2.5 Ks in, 8.25. So I'll do 3 more laps plus the 500 home, and that'll get me about 10.5. Oh god, my arm's getting sore holding that up. Oh, knackered today. But cardio wise, I feel like, hey, like I don't feel super puffed. My legs and hips are quite sore. Ongoing theme, but we'll persevere. 3 more laps. That'll be the finish of the last session for week 9. Okay, just finished the session. 10.5 kilometers.
Time 1 hour and 12 minutes and 25 seconds, and total pace 6 minutes 54 per kilometre. So as you can see, I'm really sweating this thing. Like I said, traps a lot of heat. Yeah, so that's week 9 finished. Hopefully the next 2 weeks I can really be on track, get all the actual sessions in on the feet rather than a bike session. But this weather's been weird as well, so we'll see how we go. Lots of rain. Not that stops you from getting out, you just obviously get wet. It's more the sleep and the routine with the little guy. But we got the interval session in on the feet, we had a tempo on the bike for 25 minutes, and 1 hour and 12 today for 10.5 Ks. So that's week 9 done. Week 10 and 11 will be probably the last 2 weeks before I go away. So we'll try and get a PR attempt in on the week 11. We might be able to try and squeeze one in next week on week 10. We'll see how we go. We want to try and get under that time before we go away. So hopefully all this training is paying off and we're getting a bit faster. Next 2 weeks, try and get a little bit lighter as well. Try not to eat as much food. So that'll help the time a little bit. But yeah, that's it for week 9. If you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. You working on anything? You trying to increase your or improve your 5K time? You working up towards a marathon? Anything like that? Drop me a comment below. Always interested to see what people are working on. And I'll catch us all next week. Cheers.